Hey Sagittarius, Dark Dove Tarot here. I hope you're doing fantastic. This is your January 2020 read. This is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for January 2020 in love. It is a general love read, so keep that in mind. You always want to check your other signs. Some months, those may resonate with you more than others or add a little more clarity to your story. Any likes, subscribes, comments are greatly appreciated. If you want a private read, the information is in the description below. I offer several different types. You can even create your own. Just send me an email. I'm also aware that a lot of people who have subscribed are not getting the subscription notifications. YouTube's working on that. I have a few fellow YouTubers that are having the same issue. Some people have also emailed me and told me that I'm not coming up on their list anymore as one of their subscriptions. So hopefully that's being fixed as well. All right, let's see what's going on. I appreciate everybody's patience. I was hanging out doing the holiday thing with my kiddo, so I'm late getting these out, but I have reconciliation reads coming, as well as 2021 predictions, and then February reads will be coming out. So, got a lot going on here. See, Sagittarius, what your theme of the month card is, and then we'll get started. What is going on for Sagittarius for January 2021 in love? All right, so you have the Judgment card. The Judgment card talks about forgiving yourself and others in your past for things that you regret, things that you're upset about, things that maybe you're feeling, irritated with other people about. So it's like a new beginning. And obviously a lot of you could be like, oh, duh, it's January 2021. Like, wow, of course there's, new things going on. But the Judgment card talks about really a forgiveness and just kind of if the past is something that you're completely over and you don't have any interest in communicating or getting back together with it, it's almost like, forgive and then moving towards the forget, moving on part. The information you need has been given to you. So if there's truths you're missing, you now see the light. If you're upset about things, you now have the answers that you need or seek. If you weren't sure what you wanted to do, you're now starting to understand, you're responsible for your own future and the people you allow in, and where you want to continue to go. And it just feels like a very fresh start, obviously new year, but even deeper than that. This is just saying, look, and also forgiving yourself in certain aspects too, which sometimes is hard for us because, sometimes when we're in situations that are painful or toxic, it brings out the worst in everybody, right? And so this is allowing yourself to say, hey, I may have overreacted, or I may have felt a certain way. But again, with the Judgment card, the weight is lifted, or the bacon back, or whatever she has, or the T-bone, or whatever it is. Then next card you have is your current position coming into the month, and you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is about defense, priority, strategy. This is you. Somebody's coming in. This month is going to be big time forgiveness for you, but the question is going to remain: do you forgive and move forward with the past, or do you forgive and forget? And not forget completely, but forgive and say, I put the past in the past and I keep it there. Because the Seven of Wands is somebody who, has put a wall up, and you're not sure that you're ready to accept communication. And if you are communicating, you're not sure how far you want to go with that, or how much this person means to you still. For a lot of you, obviously, that you still care about them and love them, but that doesn't always mean that that's the person for us, or that's the healthiest solution. For others of you, this is a priority. This is somebody who is almost like a karmic connection, or you want to rebuild with. The question is, how do you do that? How do you keep your priorities straight and make sure that things that are important to you are not being compromised here? The next card you have is anything you're feeling coming into the month, and you have the Strength card, which is Leo's card. So you could be dealing with a Leo or have Leo placements in your chart. But the Strength card talks about balance, self-belief, patience, understanding that when the time is right, it will come. As I said with the Judgment card, that represents having the answers. So the Strength card talks about now that you have the answers, or now you're starting to see clearly what it is you're needing to do, or you're developing that communication, or you're understanding now, maybe things that you weren't apprised to, or privy to, and even in your own self journey, things that um, maybe you realized you allowed to last a little longer than they should have, in essence. So the strength card is, where do I go from here? Whichever decision you make, whether it's, you know, keeping the past at bay and moving on, or going forward with the past, you're feeling very grounded, very strengthful, very strong in your decision, no matter which way you go. The next card you have is your distant past. So over the past 5-10 years, could be throughout your childhood, and you have the Ten of Wands. So releasing some sort of burden. That's what this is all about. And I know I said I feel some of you like dark dove, New Year resolution, whatnot. But it's stronger than that, or bigger than that, because this is saying that you're, sticking to it. This is sticking to your gut, and not doing the roller coaster ride that, oftentimes we do. Now, the Ten of Wands is releasing a burden, but also a first completion of some sort. So this burden could be, getting closure that you need with somebody. This burden could be, finally having the conversations that need to be had in order to really let go of this. And again, forgive and forget the past, and forgive yourself in any, role you played, but also having a clear conscience and knowing that either you both want to move forward with past something, or restart something, or that you both want to move on to something fresh and new. The next card you have is your immediate past, or the past few weeks, past month or two, and you have the Star card, which is Aquarius's card. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, or have Aquarius placements in your chart. Now, the Star card is hope, faith, it's inspiration. It's not losing sight of things. When you've gone off the beaten path, or when you've felt that self-destructive mode, or that feeling of starting to cave a little bit. The Star card is that boost you need, or that just inner strength to kind of pull yourself out of whatever's sucking you dry, or whatever is not encouraging you to be the best of the best that you can be. So the Star card is either you gaining strength and momentum on your own, which is first and foremost that you're seeing your inner strength and going from there. But the Star card also talks about some sort of hope or inspiration, or not losing faith. So it's either not losing faith in something from the past that you strongly believe that there could be a resurrection to, or not losing faith in love, period, and moving forward to find somebody, new, and somebody that, builds you up instead of bringing you down. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months. So, at first I was very 50-50, but I'm starting to think that we're going to start to see some sort of resurrection here, or reconciliation, because you have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is, a happiness, a completion, a resting place. And this is a first completion heading towards is something that was going to, to be something that was going to happen, whether it was moving in together, or a committed relationship, or getting married, or having kids, whatever it was for you and this other person. It could be we were going to adopt a cat together, or we were going to adopt a dog together. It's almost picking up the pace, or picking up the pieces where you left off. Now, the elephant in the room still needs to be discussed. It's not like you can just pick it up and everything's fine. There needs to be a rational discussion. But this Four of Wands is further along than, hey, I just met this great person. No, I'm not saying that couldn't happen. Some people, you meet and they come into your lives and they quietly glow. They quietly go, and others come into your lives and, leave the tiny footprints, and there you go. And sometimes it happens fast. When things are meant to be, oftentimes in our lives, they happen fast. So I'm not saying it couldn't be new love, but this does feel like there's already something, a togetherness, or something that is familiar with this person. My cat is having a sneezing attack over here, which is very interesting as well, because this feels very similar to Virgo's read a little bit. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Virgo, but theirs was very, could be the past, could be the present, and yet it felt as though they were in the same position. I think they had the Three of Wands, and it felt as though they were in that same situation where it wasn't an energy that was just brand new and learning all these new things about somebody. It had once been a maintained type of relationship, regardless of how serious it had been. Yours is a little more in your face, though. With the Lovers card coming out. Now, the Lovers card is Gemini, so you could be dealing with a Gemini or have Gemini placements in your chart. But look, I mean, you have the Lovers card. This is love. This is duality. This is an intimacy. This is also an ultimatum to a certain extent. A lot of times this is, this is our last hurrah. Like, can we make this work? We both love each other. If it's worth it, we'll do it. And if we can't make it work, then we're okay. Like, we're past the, when you have the dramatic stages of the I love you, I miss you, I love you, I miss you, and you feel like they feel like they're constantly contacting you, or you're constantly contacting them, and it's just this big, it's like you're past all of that. And this is going, look, if we're meant to be together and the stars align, we move into this Four of Wands position, which is taking the next step, maybe a step you should have taken a long time ago, and that's what has deterred the relationship. But then going into the Lovers shows that there is a deep connection here, and that there is a possibility that the Lovers is coming out. Now, on the flip side, there could be this is a new lover, but like I said, this is too much, like with the Judgment and forgiving the past. There's too much past energy here to say, okay, this is somebody new coming through the door. The next card you have is the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is the hard part, okay? The Four of Pentacles is a greedy energy. This is I'm not sure if I'm ready to give you my heart, or I'm feeling insecure about it. Now, this could go either way. Either you're feeling that way, they're feeling that way, or both. And also there's a greediness between the both of you in the fact that you both kind of have this, you're still mine, not a property, not an ownership, unless you're dealing with a controlling narcissist or something like that, but more of a, but I've always felt that, like, we weren't done, that our chapter wasn't closed, that even if they were seeing people or you were seeing people, you always felt as though you belonged together to a certain extent. Be careful with this, though, because make sure it's for the right reasons and not a codependency type relationship. For most of you, it's, there's missing and genuine love here. And for a few of you, there's this, that need to, it's just very complacent. You're familiar with it, but it's not actually possessing the love here that's showing. So for majority of you, there's going to be that love and that potential to move forward. The next card you have is anything you're thinking throughout the month. And now, you have the Five of Swords. Again, this is mentally. This is how you're feeling. So there's still some insecurity issues here, Sag. There's still somebody who feels distrust. There's somebody who, maybe needs to make sure that they're presenting themselves in a way that, both parties can feel secure. So maybe there was some indiscretion, something along those lines. Because the Five of Swords is a defeat, a dishonor. It's a Pyrrhic victory. It's somebody telling you what they think you want to hear and not coming to fruition. This is not what this person is doing. This is what you're thinking that they could possibly be doing. Because the Five of Swords isn't going to turn into all of this amazing stuff if that's truly what they're doing. So this person, you may want to cut them some slack. And some of you are going to go down and you're going to be like, fuck, dark dove, I come to da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and I get it. But for some of you, it really does come down to, if they are trying to make the effort, they're not going to be perfect at it. They're not going to be, they're showing me, the universe, the guides are like showing me like somebody who's like, they're going to make some steps. They're going to make some movement forward, but they're not going to be 100% perfect at it. They're not going to say everything you need them to say. They're not going to be able to do everything you need them to do at once. And crosswatchers, this can be completely reversed too. But don't get down in the comments and start bagging Sagittarius, because this is their read. So be fair and let it be their read. But at the end of the day, there's some insecurity issues and some, reliability issues, trust issues that still need to be dealt with. But there's a lot of love here, okay? The next card you have is your hopes or fears for the outcome of the month, if I can get the card to pick up. And you have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is victory. It's achievement. It's pride. It's success. It's feeling good about this. So this isn't a fear at all. This is somewhere an aha moment or light switch turns on and you go, okay, all right, we can probably make this happen. I see that things are changing. You know, we still have some ways to go, and this is going to take work, but I do see the potential for this being, you know, something great again. And even then, something that you both still want. This isn't just one sided that you're walking around going, but I love them and I hope, and it's not them either. This is truly a connection that you guys still have established that, you know, yes, there may have been hurt feelings and different things. But here you go. You've got the Page of Cups, which is looking for the love. The Page of Cups is finding the love and happiness and everything, going perfectly along with the Judgment card and the fact that let go of those grudges, let go of the finger pointing of who did what to who. And I know, like I said, easier said than done. You have some things that are coming in that you have some things between the two of you that need to be discussed or that need to be realized or that need to be talked about, okay? But at the same time, celebrate each other. Look for the happiness in it. The Page of Cups is somebody who just says, you know, I'm tired of feeling like slummy about this. I'm tired of feeling negative about this. I'm tired of looking for the bad. And yet, you know, knowing that I love this person. So celebrate with each other, celebrate, you know, FaceTime and be joyous or whatever the case may be. I'm saying that, you know, to save myself from the ridicule of people who've been telling me that I'm encouraging COVID by, you know, still loving on people. That means, I guess, you know, anyways, I'm not going to get political here, but again, you know, be safe and responsible adults that I know you are. But the Three of Cups is talking about celebrate, enjoy each other's company. There are the things that need to be discussed, though, as I said, because the Knight of Swords is hostility and confrontation. This is saying, look, there's something here that we need to discuss. There's something here that, you know, that has not been cleared or is not fresh here. Okay. Or the wounds are still not healed, and so it's kind of a fresh blow. So no matter how much love is here, you still need to maintain and take care of the issues at hand. And then you have the Queen of Cups here, though. The Queen of Cups is don't rush into anything. You don't have to all of a sudden become boyfriend and girlfriend or girlfriend and girlfriend or boyfriend and boyfriend or whatever your situation is. There's no rush into that. The Queen of Cups is saying, let's take our time and mesh and gel. And she or he, I don't apply sex to the cards. She or he is also very like, let's not go posting everything on social media right this second. And let's not, you know, it's taking our time and really thinking things through and really feeling things through and really just feeling the motions and understanding our instincts and how we feel when we're together. If this still feels good, if it still feels right, or if it feels forced, or if it feels complacent or codependent. Now you have the King of Swords here after the Knight of Swords. So there's going to be some arguments. There's going to be different things, but you need to stick to your guns, Sagittarius, because the King of Swords is somebody who's like, look, you know, this is my domain. And I'm not saying that it's your way or the highway. It should not be that way at all. But this is talking about there are certain things I'm not going to compromise on. If you guys had talked about one time, you know, hey, we're going to get married, and that never came to fruition or never happened, and that's something that you really that you still feel very strongly that you guys should have, then that's something that you know, it may be make or break for you. Or, you know, vice versa. Maybe they're like, you know, hell bent on getting married, and you were like, well, no, I'm not really seeing the marriage aspect or whatever it is. So this is just talking about, you know, making sure that your needs get met as well as their needs get met, and that you know, it's not my way or the highway for them or you or either party, that you're both in conjunction and where this is going. And then your closing card, your oracle card, is fierceness, Wolverine. You know, the biggest thing that comes out with the fierceness or the Wolverine part for me here is sticking to your guns and not rushing into anything unless it feels right, unless the timing is right. You will eventually get here to this happiness, this resting place. You have the Lover's card coming out, for goodness sakes. But it's about making sure that you're feeling inspired, or making sure that this isn't like we have to immediately rush into something, or it has to be, you know, we have to get married, or we have to make that decision today, or we have to have kids someday. You know, can you just enjoy each other's company for a little bit, or can you just kind of get to know each other even better than you did before, or enjoy each other's physicality. You get my point? So, all right, we'll see. Thanks for your patience, Sag. I know I've been kind of distant and it took me a little while to get these out, but like I said, needed to enjoy some time with my son, as I'm sure you guys did with your family um, and other things you have going on. So thanks for allowing me to enjoy the holiday. Um, those of you who've stuck with me, others who have, were not able to be patient for these videos to come out. That's okay. I hope the timing is right for everybody. I'll see ya. Bye.